All right, and we are back here on the GSMC baseball podcast. And for some reason, my camera is frozen right now, so I'm going to see if I could try to fix it. I was hoping this would not happen while I'm on camera, but unfortunately, this decided to do this right now. So, oh, wait, and we're good. We're good. We're back. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why that happens. It did happen during the Patreon video, but it also happened again today, unfortunately, while we were on the live stream. So I apologize for that. But and you saw me making a weird face because my face was frozen. But it's yeah, listen, it's always some of this stuff's gonna happen. But I think it also has to do with sometimes, like if I move my desk, for some reason the camera, the video camera that I have attached to my laptop, gets affected by that. So it like turns off, and then I'm scrambling to try to fix it, and I can't fix it while I'm in break, but but we're good now. I because when it happened during the Patreon, the camera just wouldn't turn on, so I ended up using the camera off of my laptop, which is not this quality here is much better than on on my uh, on my laptop itself. So that's why I invested in a video camera, and again, trying to produce the best podcast that I can, for you guys. So, but yeah, that was just a minor thing, and believe me, I noticed it. So obviously now, you're just gonna see my face frozen at one point during the video. So yeah, but now let's get into the final segment, which is now previewing the game twos for both the American League and the National League. So obviously I kind of went through it already, but we'll go through it again. So obviously you got the Blue Jays and the Rays facing elimination on the American League side of things, and you got the Brewers and the Marlins facing elimination on the National League side of things. Now it's going to be tough for some of these teams. For the Rays, you're going to have to go up against Nathan Eovaldi, so it doesn't get any easier. I thought maybe they could hit Jordan Montgomery, but that wasn't the case. Montgomery pitched exceptional yesterday, and Eovaldi has had a good season with the Rangers, 12-5, 3.63 ERA. His career postseason record is 4-3 with a 3.14. So he's got the formula for pi as his ERA. And listen, World Series champ with the Red Sox. I think he's going to go out there and pitch well. He's got a good track record pitching well in the postseason. So it's going to be a pitcher's duel, another pitcher's duel. And then you got Eflin on the other side with the Rays, who's had a great season. And we'll take a look at his numbers again on the season. So in 10 games in the postseason, he has no win-loss record. It's 0-0, 3.38 ERA, 10.2, 10 and 2/3 innings pitched. I said 10.2. 10 and 2/3 innings pitched, 12 strikeouts, and a 1.41 WHIP. And then in the regular season this year, 16 and 8, 3.5. 177 and 2/3 innings pitched, 186 strikeouts, and a 1.02 WHIP. So the WHIP is a little bit higher in the postseason than it is, well, at least for his his regular season this year. His overall WHIP in the regular season is 1.24. So yeah, his postseason WHIP is higher. Smaller sample size, of course. 10 games only in the postseason. Actually, let's look at how he did in the postseason last year. So, in 2 games last year with the Phillies in the wild card series, he had a 4.5 ERA. He had a save in that game. He had 2 innings pitched, 4 hits, 1 earned run, 2.5 WHIP, and opponent's batting average was 400. Then you look at the division series. He had an 11.57 ERA in 2 games pitched. 2 1/3 innings pitched, 3 hits, 3 runs, 1 home run he gave up. Batting average was 300, and the WHIP was 1.29. Then in the championship series, Pitched in 2 games, 1 hold, 2 innings, only 2 hits, 1 strikeout. Whip was down to 1. Opponent's batting average was 286. And then in the World Series, again, ERA was at 0, 4 games, 4 1/3 innings pitched, 4 hits, 1 walk. Opponent's batting average was 250, 6 strikeouts, 1.15 was his whip. So numbers got better as the postseason went on last year. But now let's see how he is, starting for the Rays. I mean, this is an elimination game. Do they have the lineups out? I feel like they have to. Let's see. So these are the lineups now. We got the lineups, at least for this game. So we got Simeon leading off. Then we got Seager, Robbie Grossman, Adolis Garcia, Daniel Loud, Jonah Heim, Tavares, Josh Young, and then Evan Carter. That's their lineup. And then for the Rays, you got Yandy Diaz leading off, Arozarena batting second, Harold Ramirez batting third, Josh Lowe batting fourth, Isaac Paredes batting fifth, playing third base, Manuel Margot in center field. Then you got Meade at second base. Then you got Tyler Walls, and then Pinto rounds it out. Walls shortstop, Pinto catcher. So, I like the Rangers lineup better. I mean, this lineup, you got righty, lefty, switch hitter, righty, lefty, switch hitter, righty, lefty. Love that lineup. Love it. That's what I wish, the team that I root for has, but whatever. But, yeah. So, right now, I like the Rangers' chances. I mean, the Rays got to score runs here. I mean, they got blanked 4-0. So, we'll just have to wait and see on that. But yeah, it's not good right now for the Rays, and this is a big game for them. So we'll see what they can do here in Game 2 to hold off elimination. So then in the second game, Twins and the Blue Jays. Twins obviously getting the win yesterday. Right now, they're the only team that has their lineup out. You got Julian leading off, playing second base. Jorge Polanco batting second. At third, Royce Lewis, the DH. He will bat third. Kepler is the cleanup hitter. He'll bat fourth. Kurloff, he's batting fifth. Playing first base. Correa sixth. Shortstop. Wallner in left field. Jeffers catching, and then Michael A. Taylor closes out the lineup, rounds out the lineup there. Blue Jays still don't have their lineup out for today, but yeah, it's Barrios against Sonny Gray. And listen, if the Twins get this win, that's huge for them. I mean, listen, the Blue Jays, I knew it was going to be I didn't think they were going to walk all over them because I know the Blue Jays have their struggles too, but the Blue Jays I still think are the better team. But again, I've said it too, sometimes the best team doesn't always win. So, we'll just have to wait and see. This is a big start for Barrios, obviously pitching against his former team. So there's that little storyline there in the playoffs. So I don't know. I mean, listen, and again, the Twins, their offense was Royce Lewis. That was their offense. So, we'll see if the Blue Jays can respond and get going offensively. Game is at 4:38 p.m. Eastern Time, and that is on ESPN. And Rangers and Rays, that's at 3:08 p.m. Eastern Time. That is on ABC. So, and they actually cut away from that game yesterday, because ABC News had to cut in. They had something that they needed to talk about. So the game was turned off. So I'm like, all right, I guess I'm just turning on Rays and Twins. Because I don't think I had ESPN. I think they switched it to ESPN News, and I don't think I had that. So I'm just like, all right, I guess I'll just watch the second game. So, but yeah, so that's on the American League side of things. Then on the, but actually, quick thing with the Blue Jays and the Twins. So I forgot to mention there was that play in the game where there was a ground ball to third, went past the third baseman. Correa came out of nowhere and threw out Bichette. They sent Bichette to try to score, and he got thrown out. So that was kind of bad on the Blue Jays part, but I forgot to mention that during the recap. So, but yeah, so we'll see what happens today. Make sure to tune into those games. Now we got the Diamondbacks and the Brewers. So that's at 7:08. You got Zach Gallen against Peralta. Freddie Peralta, who on the season was 12-10 with the 3.86 ERA. And his postseason, he's 0-0 with a 1.13 ERA in 3 games. 12 strikeouts, and his whip is at 1. So, yeah, I mean, this is a big start for him. I mean, especially now with Woodruff being hurt, they had to move him up. So, so the Blue Jays right now, they don't have a Game 3, Blue Jays. The Brewers don't have a Game 3 starter at the moment. And then, of course, you got Zach Gallen, who is a Cy Young candidate, 17-9, 3.47 ERA. And I believe he will be making his postseason debut. So we'll see how that goes. He will be making his postseason debut. So we'll see how he pitches. It's a big game. I think the Diamondbacks win. I think they win. Do they have any of the lineups set? No, they do not. So we got no lineups, unfortunately. But at least we were able to get the wild card. At least we were able to get the Rays and the Rangers the lineup out. But yeah, I mean, again, for the Brewers, it's their offense. Their offense is the problem, and it's not going to get any easier. You hope Peralta can keep it close. Guys are just going to have to wake up. They got things going. It's just they just couldn't get the job done. They had runners in scoring position, but they just couldn't get them across. And they jumped out to a 3-0 lead, and they just they just couldn't get anything going. So, we'll see what happens with this game, but you kind of like the I like the D-backs tonight. I think they get it done. And if they don't get it done, the Diamondbacks I said would win this series. I think they will. I just feel like, and listen, the Brewers are down a starter. Their lineup struggles in the postseason. And the Diamondbacks, they got their 2 best starters. I mean, they had their rookie going out there yesterday, and they took him out early, and they were able to salvage that game, come back and win the game. And that is something that I wish other teams would do, because last year, when my team was in the playoffs, they basically punted. They punted. They were like, we got the next game. And they ended up getting swept. The Diamondbacks, they're like, listen, we can win this game. The other thing, too, is you got to hit. Diamondbacks, they hit. Corbin Carroll, Marte homered, Moreno homered. You also need your lineup to do things, too, because then that kind of changes the course of your plan as well. If you're like, this was to see what happens. But, yeah, that was a big win yesterday for the Diamondbacks, and I think they take it. And then when it comes to the Phillies and the Marlins, I mean, I really already touched upon it. I think the Phillies take the series tonight. I just think they are a better team than the Marlins. I mean, it also depends on how Aaron Nola pitches. I mean, Aaron Nola could go out there and be terrible, and then, you're looking at a Game 3 scenario. But I don't know. I feel like Aaron Nola is going to step up tonight, and I just think the Phillies, their lineup is better than the Marlins. They're going to jump on Garrett, and they're going to move on. And they are going to end up playing the Braves. And, people are saying it. Braves definitely do not want to play the Phillies. They just don't. Because of having Zach Wheeler at the top of the rotation, Nola could pitch well. And the Braves, they're dealing with some injuries too. I mean, Max Fried, Charlie Morton. I don't know off the top of my head what their status is. Those are big losses, but you still got Strider, you still got Elder, so and of course you have a very good lineup. The Braves have a very good lineup themselves. So, but yeah, Phillies Braves rematch from last year's division series. I would take that. So, yeah, I mean that's pretty much it when it comes to the previews. I mean the Marlins, for them, they got to jump out early. I mean that goes for every team really. The Brewers, I mean they got to get the offense going. Rays got to get the offense going and play clean defense. The Blue Jays, I mean their offense needs to wake up and contain Royce Lewis, because that's, and again, that's the thing. He was, again, one player is the reason why he lost. So, for these teams that are down 0-1, I mean, I give the Marlins the least chance to come back. The other 3 teams, the Brewers, the Blue Jays, and the Rays, I mean, I think those teams can win tonight and push their series to game threes. For the Marlins, I think the Phillies take it. I feel the most confident in the Phillies winning tonight's game. Out of all the series, the Phillies I'm the most confident in. But yeah, I mean, that's the wild card series. You lose game one, and it's like, yeah, you're facing elimination already. When it used to be, just 2 years ago, you get knocked out, that's it. So, you're really just adding on an extra game. But yeah, so once again, ABC 3:08 p.m. Eastern Time. Rays and Rangers. Blue Jays and Twins. 4:38 p.m. Eastern Time. Diamondbacks and Brewers. 7:08 p.m. Eastern Time. That's on ESPN2. Blue Jays and Twins is on ESPN. Rangers and Rays ABC. And then on ESPN at 8:08 p.m. Eastern Time, you got the Marlins and the Phillies. So, yeah, we'll see how those games go. And like I said, we'll be back tomorrow and we'll recap all the games and, whoever gets eliminated. And start looking towards the weekend when, the division series starts. Because it's coming up, and we'll see what happens. We'll see if maybe all series get wrapped up tonight. Who knows? Who knows? Again, baseball is just one of those sports that is unpredictable. So with that is all the time that we have for today. I thank you for watching. Again, I apologize for, the background noise. Starting the show an hour late because of power, and then, of course, had my camera decide to turn off on me while I was streaming. But again, stuff like this is just going to happen, and just going to have to deal with it. So, until then, I'm Kenneth Gruenfelder signing off. Have a good day. Enjoy the games today. Make sure to leave a comment, a like, and subscribe to the video. And I will see you guys again tomorrow. So take care, and I'll see you then.